Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well today. Today I have like a bit more of a different sit down video, and I wanted to talk about, because as you guys know, if you live in the UK, we're going through what they call an increased living costs. So like everything is sort of going up in prices, food, electric, gas, and I think it's kind of going on all around the world as well, especially since big C word. And yeah, so I just wanted to talk about some ways that I save money. I mean, we've all got different ways, different hacks. Just don't even bother and we just live life. And in all honesty guys, sometimes I literally just do, but these are some of the ways I try to consciously save money, but I don't always stick to them, and I don't put too much pressure on myself to like follow these things. But I just thought I would show you guys some of these hacks, not hacks, will show you, talk about with you guys of some of these hacks that I use to save a few pounds a month. When I say a few, I mean it could be 100, could be 50, it could be anything guys, but I think anything is a saving, right? Sort of traffic in the background because the camera is in front of the window. So yeah, you might hear a little bit of traffic, and we are on sort of a main road. Disclaimers, and you can save money when you are living by yourself or even with a family, in which because I've got some notes here guys, so I mean, and I was just sort of going from them. So the first way in which I try to save money, and this is kind of a new thing that I've started to do, I knew about it from a long time ago, but it's something that I really do now, and this is meal prepping. Meal prepping is really good. I buy my food like maybe every 2 weeks in terms of my meals, and it usually lasts me anything from 2 to 3 weeks. Meals that I cooked last time were actually this week, it's actually going to be for a week. I do sometimes cook here and there in between that, but I choose like 3 meals that I like, 3 or 2 meals that I like, and I will cook maybe five portions of them, and then so that would give me like 10 meals, and then I would eat those throughout time that they're there for. So like I said, I do cook in between, so it could be one batch of food. So let's just say I choose lasagna and I choose macaroni cheese, for example. So those would be my 2 main meals. This eyelash is really annoying me guys. So those would be like my 2 main meals that I would be eating. But in between that, I might cook spaghetti bolognese, and I might get 4 meals out of that, and they go straight into the freezer, so they're still nice and fresh. I mean, there's nothing like fresh food that is just cooked and you just eat it. That we can't deny that, but I feel like I save money on this because I don't visit the supermarket unless I'm getting essential items. I feel like if you sort of cook as you go along, you tend to say, okay, tonight I'm gonna cook pasta, and you go to the shop, get your pasta and cheese, what you want, but then you also see some chips that you want. You also see a drink that you want. So you tend to pick up more when you're in the supermarket and you keep visiting the supermarket. Whereas if you know, okay, I've got all of these solid meals, so I'm looking at tea down there, all of these solid meals in the freezer, then you tend to say, all right, dinner's already cooked, sorted, and you don't need to keep visiting the supermarket. I also have saved so much money on buying takeaways, because sometimes when dinner is not cooked and I'm absolutely knackered, or I'm just not in the mood for anything, like to go to the supermarket or anything like that, then I will order a takeaway. So I've saved a lot of money with not ordering takeaways because of this meal prepping. And yeah, like I said before guys, I will cook 1 or 2 meals in between, and I also do order takeaway. So I'm not saying because I do meal preps I don't cook at all, or I don't like have any meal preps. Tilly's trying to get my attention. I do, so that is to be expected. She just wants my attention all the time. Oh sorry darling, she wants her walkies. We're gonna go for a walk in a minute. So yeah, so for example guys, I've only ordered 1 takeaway in a space of 3 weeks, which I am so proud of. And yeah, so moving on. So the next thing I want to talk about is your shopping list. When you do end up going to the supermarket, which you will need to, a shopping list. A shopping list is essential, because if you don't get a shopping list, and I am sometimes guilty of this, but I'm just trying to teach you guys the right way. make a shopping list, because if you make a shopping list, you don't forget things, number one, and number two, you stick to the shopping list and you don't pick up anything else you do not need, unless you've forgotten something to write on the shopping list and you pick it up. So if you see me going to this way, it's because Tilly is down here and I'm playing with her shopping. Multitasking, the life of a dog mum. Yeah, so stick to your shopping list. So if it's 10 items on your shopping list, get those 10 items, unless you see something else that is absolutely essential that you've forgotten, then you can pick it up. But if not, stick to what is on your shopping list, because 9 times out of 10, what is on your shopping list is what you actually need, not what you want as such. And they do say do not go shopping when you're hungry, because you tend to pick up more things than you actually need, and a lot of the time it's junk food. I tend to not buy like loads of snacks, because I also feel like when you buy like snacks, you end up spending more as well. Like loads of snacks, as in unhealthy snacks. So crisps, cakes, biscuits, chocolates, I don't really buy those. If you've got children or you generally are that type of person, choose, I don't know, 1 of the 5 or 2 of the 5, what you might pick up, and just stick to that. Don't go ham, because I feel like when it comes on to unhealthy foods, there's so many like new things on the market all the time, and a new chocolate bar that's come out, a new crisp that's come out. You want to try it, by all means treat yourself, but I would try and give yourself a limit. Give yourself a limit, give yourself what's the word, a budget of how much you're going to spend on your treats, on your snacks. So, oh, and also what I wanted to say about shopping is kind of compare. I'm not trying to say make it a long, tedious thing, but have a look at what supermarket is going to be the most affordable and the food that you actually like. So don't shop at, I don't know, Tesco if you don't like Tesco food, but it's more affordable, because life is for enjoyment. But I mean, where you can, shop at where is more affordable and where you actually like. And also guys, shop around. There's some things I get in Aldi. Aldi is my most dominant supermarket that I shop at, but I also go to Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's is my second most dominant supermarket, but the bulk of my shopping is always done at Aldi, but Sainsbury's is like second. I like some, there's some things that I just need to be name brand, like, yeah. So that's the last thing about shopping list. So the next thing I want to talk about is minimizing your outings and your takeaways. So it's sort of in the same sort of category, but how many times you go out for drink, how many times you go out for dinner, how many times you go out with friends and just to like normal socializing things. There are loads of free things that you can actually do, and I mean, as the seasons do change and it gets colder and more miserable, you will there will be less things to do that are actually free. But I think it's really cool, like if you do have friends that you trust and you like to be around, you can go over to their house, they can come over to yours. You know, you can buy some drinks at the supermarket and take them to theirs, or their vice versa, or whatever. But give yourself a budget and say, okay, 50 to 100 pounds is going to be my budget for the month of going out. And also, I'm only going to go out once a month. I'm only going to go out twice a month. So definitely budget and give yourself allowances. I think allowances are key. Yeah, so minimize and, you know, budget of how many times you're going to go out per month. So one way in which I think is a big bulk of, you know, or some people might have it as a bulk bill of the month, and that is like electric and gas. So one way in which I would say that I definitely save on gas, because I have a gas hob, is that I cook my food all at once. So because I'm bulk cooking, I'm only turning on my hob that once. I'm not cooking individual times, so using more gas at that time. And also, if I'm in the living room, then my bedroom light does not need to be on. If I'm watching TV in the bedroom, my TV in my living room does not need to be on. So minimizing, like turning off like things you're not using when you're not using them. I know if you live with multiple people, you don't live on your own, that it's not going to be an easy thing to do, but you know, if you're all in the living room, or one person's in the bedroom, one person's in the living room, then turn off the light in the hallway, like, or turn off the light in the bathroom. So it's like, don't be obsessed with it because it will drive you up the wall, but just be conscious of it. So I am very conscious of that as well. Also, a beauty treatment. This is for women and men. If you go to the salon and you do your nails, if you can do them at home, do them at home. I do my eyebrows at home. Guys, this is like my 4th video I filmed today, so excuse me if I seem a bit all over the place. Yeah, so I do my eyebrows at home. I also, what else do I do at home myself? Oh yeah, okay, so a lot of my hairstyles that I do, like these braids, I didn't do them myself, but a lot of things like beauty treatments, if I can do them myself, then I will. So if you can do something DIY, do it DIY, because you will save. Salons and whatnot are quite expensive and it will cut down quite a lot of costs. But in saying that, like I said, guys, always treat yourself. Okay, so last but not least, I just want to say, don't buy things in large bulk. So for example, I live on my own. One box of soap powder, like laundry detergent, lasts me anything between 2 to 3 weeks. So that is a bulkier item for me, if that makes sense. Me buying 2 to 3 of those so I don't have to buy it for the next 3 months doesn't make sense. Number one, you have to find somewhere to store it. Number two, like, you're not going to use it right now, so it's better to buy it as you go along, but make sure you just buy it, maybe a big enough one so it's going to last you enough time so you don't have to keep revisiting the supermarket. Like I said, every time you visit the supermarket, mark my words, you will buy something else that you don't need, unless you are extremely disciplined, and I know some people are, but 9 times out of 10, and I think 9 out of 10 of us probably will buy something else that we don't actually need, or something that we see that we actually want. So buy enough bulk that it will last you, but not so bulky that you've got months worth of things. And like, especially like during the pandemic and everything, it was very difficult with people buying so many bulk items, and not everyone can afford to buy things in bulk. So people that were on a lower income were suffering because they couldn't afford to buy things in bulk, and they were just losing out on essential items like bread, pasta. Like, it was really bad. So that's what I would say. And also, in saying that, buy what you need when it runs out. So it's kind of the same thing, but like I sometimes have a habit of, like, especially if it's something that I really love, i.e. I don't know, my coffee, I might buy it just before, like, it's running out, as in like maybe 1 week before it runs out. Try and buy it like maybe 2 days before it runs out. So yeah, that's what I would say, guys. Don't buy what you don't need. So guys, that comes to the end of this video. Last of all, I just want to say, guys, make sure you always treat yourself. Don't be obsessed with trying to save money, because at the end of the day, we've all got to live. It's just how the world is right now. If you can save, because saving is very important, and it definitely helps, and putting money away for a rainy day if you need it, if a random annoying bill pops up, as they do, at least you've got money to pay for it. If you want to treat yourself to something, at least you've got money to pay for it. So save where you can, but always, like, look after yourself. Make sure that you're treating yourself. Make sure that you do your self-care. Like, these things are really important, and I'm a strong believer. I believe in God, so I believe that, even if you don't believe in God, but I always just believe that everything always works out, and it has to work out. Like, it just has to work out. So don't be too obsessed with any of these things that I've spoken about today, but just try and be conscious, and I know that will be just fine. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you do like these types of videos, please give it a big thumbs up. If there's anything else, sort of advice, sit down, chatty videos you guys want to see from me, then let me know in the comments down below any suggestions that you have. And yeah, thanks again for watching this video, guys. If you aren't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you always be notified every time I upload videos, and I'll see you soon, guys.